massive apartment fire in the Goose Hollow neighborhood where, Brandon, you were telling us that building they're now worried could collapse.
And because of that, we've seen firefighters stay closer away from the building. When I arrived first on scene, they had those ladders right up against those windows as they were trying to get firefighters inside to fight some of the flames that they were seeing emerge from the windows and inside that structure. You could see them spraying inside those windows now. I could assume that has to do with the danger of this possibly collapsing. Again, when fire crews first got on scene, they went inside to rescue people. They used ladders to rescue as well. And then they pulled those firefighters out to assess what is the condition of the building. Is it safe for firefighters to go back inside? And now seeing that distance that fire crews are now from the building, that is a move for safety. You could still see those flames coming out of the roof of the building. We've been seeing that for over an hour now since we got on scene. Again, this fire was first reported at 10:30, so fire crews struggling to get a hold of those fires. They are, as you can see, shooting water in between these two buildings in an attempt to save the building next to it. We saw flames getting closer to that blue building from this brick building. Not sure what luck they are having on that, but it's the active effort as they have, let's see, 1, 2, 3 ladders spraying onto these buildings right now, trying to get the fire under control in the building where it started. The fire crews tell us that the fire started on the inside of the building in a room on the 3rd floor. They're not sure the cause of that right now. That'll be something that is determined with further investigation. Right now, again, just trying to keep those flames under control and keep this fire limited to one building. With how close these buildings are, that is a tough task for firefighters to accomplish right now, but that is what seems to be the strategy right here from 13th and Taylor.
And Brandon, how confident are they? I know you said they made some rescues with people in that apartment building. Are they confident they got everyone out? Do they have any idea at this point?
When we talked to the PIO, they did feel confident in that. They had cleared the rooms that they went through in the building. The manager in the building next door says that he was clearing his building and evacuated people there. We're not sure if Portland Fire helped evacuate that second building, but when we talked to Public Information Officer Rick Graves, he says that they were confident that they were able to rescue anybody. If there was anybody that they weren't able to, they would have scouted through again when firefighters were still in that building. But when we talked to Rick Graves, say about 30-40 minutes ago, he did say that they were confident that they were able to rescue everybody out of that building.
All right, Brandon. Well, we'll keep following this story. And again, this building might collapse. They have now shut down both directions of I-405, which this apartment building is right off of. It's right on the other side of downtown Portland. We'll be right back with more news and a look at your forecast. Stick around.